morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're watching us from. We're very excited to come to you here as Wema TV. It's always a delight to come in front of you, and it's always good to learn that you are spending time to listen to the content that we're pushing to you. We take time to prepare for these shows. We take time to pray for these shows. We take time to think about what to bring to you and prepare adequately for that, because your financial well-being and your wholeness, financial wholeness is key for us, and it's key for me. So as Simon K, I'm very excited to be in front of you to share with you about many things, current news and current topics, and all things that are not as old, relevant every day. It's always exciting to come in front of you. Just a small recap of what we studied last time. We talked about financial stress. We talked about what is stress, a feeling of emotional and physical tension, and it can be positive and negative. And we broke it down to what is financial stress. Talked about anxiety, depression, and went deeper into some of these topics on depression and all that. And it was exciting to explain a bit by bit. And I would recommend that you go to last week's show and get to learn a few things that we talked about. And as I promised, today we'll get into talking about same thing, financial stress, but I'd say that we'll now get deeper into how does this play out in the marriage cycle or the marriage cycles. And I remember someone telling me that when you're getting married in this country, I think that becomes a project in itself. And that is how you get to learn how well and how good, if for example you did a wedding, and you get to learn how well and how good your project management skills are, because you have to, for example, I've attended wedding committees, I've chaired enough of them. And we've had people that have huge budgets, and these budgets before Corona, huge budgets, and these budgets had to be taken care of. And because you're a young couple, and you're young and you've not maybe saved a lot of money, you have to call friends to come and help you, or maybe your parents are going to come in and take a big chunk of the amounts. I know of someone who was told, siblings, what is your budget? They said X amount. This is the money that you need. If that's all that you need, this is the money. Call guys, let them plan, money is there. But there are people who are not as privileged as that, and they have to sit down and call friends and there are few mistakes that people do. I'll mention a few and then progress on and talk about others. And you will find that sometimes you have a few days to the wedding, and the budget that you had is you have a deficit. You've called friends, others don't pick up your phone anymore, because anytime they see your number, they know you're asking them for money. And at the end of the day, you have a wedding coming up. The things that are not paid as yet, your suppliers are calling you, I need my down payment, I need my deposit. But then again, how do you move? How do you move? You can ask friends to bail you out. I remember someone telling me, I am 1 month to the wedding, and I'm I think 200,000 short of my budget. So he had a core committee, kitchen, what they call kitchen cabinet, and they sat us down, and I happened to be part of the kitchen cabinet. And one of the guys suggested, what we need to do, I think you should go and take a loan. You work in a bank, right? Yeah. Go take a loan from the bank, and I think that should be sorted. That's good. But there is a problem. when you take a loan, you're starting your marriage in debt. And whatever incomes that are going to come in after you settle down in marriage, you have to direct them first to settling those loans before you even do other things. So the best thing to do is reach out to the, before you even get married, if you have a deficit, before you get married, reach out to the friends that had promised to bail you out, and they will come in and pay, assuming some of them just gave a promise, I'll give you 5,000, and they are nowhere to be found. Just talk to a few friends and tell them, I'm having a deficit. Can you guys help me lift up this burden of this deficit? And I know sometimes people, good people, if you have good friends, and it's always good to have good friends with you, will come in and help you out on that particular moment that you're stuck. Some people will tell you, I'll give you this money, no interest on it, and I'll actually not even ask for this money. When you get the money, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, when you get the money, you can pay me. Or some will even, out of their goodwill, go out of their way and fund you. And maybe your family members, you can reach out to them, your relatives, reach out to them, tell them this is, sometimes it's embarrassing. Sometimes it's embarrassing because you have to call out for, reach out to them and ask them to bail you out. But do that, because that will save you from starting your marriage or starting your relationship, or actually your marriage in debt. Now, as I said, you start with a budget. Call your friends, meet that budget. If you have a deficit, deal with that. Now you've gotten married. You didn't have, you were not lucky enough to have friends that bailed you out. What do? You have to agree. As we start this marriage, and I'm going on every stage, I'm talking about marriage, money in marriage. You have to agree that this is our income that we get every month. And assuming, let me take a number, 200,000, the wife gets another 100 or 200,000 or even higher, depending. So you have a pool of 500,000 or 1 million, depending on how much you earn. Agree, this was our debt. Let's clear our debt in the next 6 months or 1 year. And agree every month, whatever it is that we have as our income, say, assuming the debt was 500,000, and I hope you don't get into that when you're starting your marriage. Assuming it was 500,000 and your streams of income are only 100,000, agree that every month you'll direct, say, 20,000 towards the payment of the outstanding amount, and be disciplined about it. Agree on a particular time. Someone told me, when you're coming up with objectives, the objective should be smart. Smart in the sense that there has to be time on it. They have to be attainable. I'm going back. The objectives have to be smart. So make sure that you have a time within which you're supposed to clear this loan, and work towards that on a monthly basis, and create a discipline on a monthly basis. This is our income has come in, and then X amount goes to the payment of this particular loan. If you're able to have a joint account, create a joint account, and then go and give standing instructions to the bank, so that when the money comes in your account, it's not the bank tell them by X date, say on the 27th of the month or 30th of the month, this money goes to the payment of this loan, and that, every month that money goes, and that standing instruction will create that discipline. And then another thing, sit down and agree. Where are we going to live? And this actually should happen before you even do your wedding. Where are we going to live? Where are our kids going to go to school? How are we going to be meeting our rent obligations? How are we going to how are we going to take care of? Do we want a farm? Do we want to retire now? To retire in 20 years' time? And where do we retire to? What are our savings on a monthly basis? What amounts should we save? Should we save for emergencies? Because emergencies do happen in marriages. And sometimes those emergencies, those emergencies break up families, because sometimes someone doesn't want to pull their weight, and this is an emergency. Money has run out. Maybe there was a disease that has come in, or there was an accident, or something happened. The business ran out, or someone was fired from their jobs and they don't have any more income. Emergencies, these sources of income, these savings should take care of such emergencies. So make sure you plan together on what kind of a life you plan on having. And then also it's important as a married couple to know the differences, personality differences. Point number 3. Number 1, you plan together, come up with a plan. And number 2, agree on what kind of a life you guys want to live. And then number 3, it's important to know about your personalities, because personalities are different. There are these people who are happy-go-lucky, they live once. I saw a quote. I saw a quote that I loved. Someone was saying that they're stuck between the need to save and you only live once. So it's important to know. It's important to know what am I strong at? Am I strong at savings? Am I strong at spending? And sometimes men in marriages, we are very good at spending. We come up with all good and grand and big ideas. And it's good to listen to your wife. If your wife is grounded, if your wife is good in planning, meticulous, make sure that they follow the objectives that you laid down together. You said within the first year you should have been living in a particular area. This is how you're going to manage your finances. If the man is gifted, sometimes the women are not gifted as well. If the man is gifted and they're good in managing their plans, their money, and they cannot spend money that they know for sure is meant for something else, let that person take that responsibility. Because you find if their personality crashes, sometimes the man will feel that the woman is dominating me, is making sure that the conversations always go a particular direction. So it's good to understand each other's personalities. And then also, even differences in sources of income. It's good to sit down. Sometimes men don't want to talk about what they earn and on what comes in. But it's always good to be transparent. If, for example, you have a job and you have side hustles, if it is possible, disclose to your spouse what you earn. A lady, sometimes I hear women saying that what the man has is ours, and what the lady has is hers only. It's good to disclose what is it, and sometimes a man is struggling and the lady has a lot of money in the account and they can't bail the man out, because there is always that side account. You're to Juangi, that one is to take care of those rainy days. I don't know, this man might wake up one day a madman and leave me. So women have those things that they have hidden. But it's always good to make sure that you disclose what are the salary differences, what are the sources of income differences, and then also make sure that even with those disparities, sometimes you'll find that a woman earns more than the man, and sometimes the man feels threatened. Even with that, so that you don't get yourself in financial stress, make sure that you discuss these things. And then also set the expectations. Set the expectations. What financially do I expect? Do I expect that I will buy this plot or this piece of land and it's in our joint name or my name only? So that if we disagree, how are we going to amicably sort out these differences? It's good to always make sure that you run and agree on how you run how the expectations, what are your expectations? If I don't have money, what should you do? Where do you want us to send our kids to school? Maybe I expect them to go in a very high-end school, and maybe the other person expects them to go to a normal school. It's good to discuss your expectations. And number 6, let not your kids run the show. Sometimes you find that the kids are the ones that say what they want and what needs to happen. I don't like this school, and they're moved to another school. They don't like this dress. They bought another dress, and with time, you find that even when they grow up, they determine and dictate how the finances are ran. That will definitely somehow get you into financial stress. And then also, kids, when you grow old, take care of your parents. Even in their marriages, you find that in our setup, that kids love their mom. Their mom, they say the dad is not present, has been busy getting money, and they're no longer there. But make sure you take care of both the mom and the dad, because if you just take care of your mom, it's going to strain their marriage. And you've seen people, old men, separating and leaving their wives because she's the darling of the kids. She's the only one that is taken care of. It's good to create a balance. So in all these things, it's good to work together as couples and make sure that you agree on how to handle your finances, agree on your lifestyle, determine your personalities, your salary differences. It's good to keep them in check. Your expectations, define them, ensure that your kids are in check. And all these things, take care of your parents when they grow old, and it's all for the benefit of the marriage, money and marriage. Do not get into financial stress out of not taking care of some of these things. There are many other things that we can talk about, but for today I'll leave it at that. And I'm always excited, and it's my joy when you don't get yourself into financial stress. Happy to meet you again today, and looking forward to meeting you again next week. We here, Wema TV, are glad and are looking forward to your financial well-being, and I hope you're learning something. Tell someone to check us out. This information might help them. I believe it has helped you. It might help them as well. God bless you. Have a wonderful, lovely week. Thank you.
Wema TV, the voice of hope.